It's a miracle for me, guys. I tell you that now. You know, I had such bad experiences with guys. And it was really painful. This surprises a lot of people. The way to stop binging. Guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your gal Amelia Goldsmith, also known as MillyG_fit, and I do fitness, fashion, beauty, lifestyle content. Woo! So we've got our meal here. We have got like a breaded bassa fillet, breaded bassa couscous with some like cranberries and stuff in it, and then some like charred broccoli and salad, which is gorgeous. And then we've got our ketchup as well. Is that gonna be a good position? I think that's pretty good, isn't it? Okay guys, so we're gonna do a Q&A today. I haven't done a Q&A in quite a while. It's a Munch with Milly Q&A edition. So let's just get straight into it. Let me just have a mouthful first before I speak with my mouth full for the rest of this video. Yeah, just a heads up, if you don't like seeing people eat and talk at the same time, keep watching this video, but just trigger warning for you guys. Not very good. I'm gonna go straight in. Obviously, I've asked you guys on my stories. First off, I'm trying to start with one like easy one to like dive in, but they're all quite, you know. Okay, interesting. Let's start with this one. Tear trough filler. Advice, does it work, etc. Okay, so I have had tear trough filler. Now, obviously filler is such a controversial topic and I fully understand why people don't agree with it. Like, I fully get that. But I think as long as you're open and honest with it about what you've got done to your face or whatever, then I personally don't see much of an issue with it, because this isn't even answering your question, but I'm just obviously prefacing my answer. I think if I didn't admit that I had tear trough filler or lip filler, then I would be setting really unrealistic standards, because people would obviously compare their natural features to their face with my not so natural features to my face, which is obviously where it gets really toxic and unhealthy. So when people are aware of what I've got done, they should know to not compare, because it's just incomparable. So I haven't had lip filler in a while, to be fair, but yeah, I've got lip filler and I've also got tear trough filler. So I actually had this done literally probably like a month and a bit ago for the first time ever, and oh my god guys, my eyes was so swollen after. I had to literally not see anyone for a good 5 days. It was really bad. I had to cancel on a date. It was really bad and I was really worried, and it didn't hurt much. It did not hurt that much, but to be honest, my eyes were closed. I didn't know how he did it, so I'm not too sure what the process was. I think he put it here, or yeah, you put it here and then it goes like a long cannula needle and it goes to your eye. I don't want to think about it, but I really am happy with it, because it's made me look so much less tired and rough when I have no makeup on. I don't know if you guys know, but I get really insecure when I don't have any makeup on, and I didn't realize that a lot of that insecurity was down to my under eyes. As soon as I got tear trough filler, I was like shocked at how much more confident I felt without any makeup on. It really did make a difference to how bright I looked and how more awake, and yeah, I liked it a lot. I have nothing really bad to say about it. Just make sure that you do your research, you go to someone that you really trust, you go to someone maybe even that a friend has gone to, but remember, no one needs anything done. It's just enhancing certain features. You don't need it, you never need it. So always remember that. When do you know you've recovered? So again, it's like how long is a piece of string? It's really hard to give you a solid answer. My sort of goal to reach in my recovery was when I got my period back, because that was like really a main factor that I needed to get back. It was like, that was my optimal health level. Like I knew that my body was getting healthy and back to where it used to be, or where it needed to be when it got a period. So when it did get the period, I was like, okay, this is amazing. I kept on gaining weight a little bit after that, I think for a few months after that, just to really make sure that my body was settled and happy and it wasn't gonna panic. And then once that had happened, I was really happy with myself, and obviously there's a lot more to recovery than periods. It's mental states, it's being comfortable around food, not tracking. So I think another milestone for me in my recovery was when I deleted my Fitness Pal, don't track anymore. I also got rid of my Fitbit. That was a huge milestone in my recovery. So all those little things for me were huge triggers for my eating disorder. And once I got rid of those triggers, that's when I really knew that I had really reached recovery. But I don't know if recovery will ever be fully made, because there's always like, even with me, there's some days that are harder than others, and there's always going to be certain things that like come into my head again. But it's just learning to manage that, and I think once you're able to manage it, then that's when I think recovery is reached. How was your dating life recently, girl? Actually, a lot of you guys have been asking this. I don't know what I've been putting out on my social media that suddenly made everyone question my dating life, but it's going well. She's dating, she's on the dating scene, she's on these dating apps. She's doing it all, she's meeting people out. She's gained confidence, guys. She's gained confidence, finally. And you know what, it's funny because they say you will find, like, it's the law of attraction. So I was so insecure in myself. I had such bad experiences with guys, really bad experiences with guys. Rejection, just traumatic experiences, okay? And it just really damaged my insecurity so much. When I finally started to accept myself fully, not only in my body, but also in my face, like when I started to go outside more without makeup, or I started to show my face more on social media when I'm not wearing makeup, that really has done something to this dating life for me. I don't know how, but the guy attention that I'm getting is a lot more now than it was when I was constantly wearing makeup and constantly like hiding away. So I think it really does show, like, even though you may not realize it, it's weird. It's weird. So as soon as you find full confidence in yourself, you will reap the benefits and the results, and everything will fall into place. So for me, dating life is going well. I haven't found like anyone that I'm like, I'm in love with you on a date, but I'm just having fun with it. Like, we shouldn't take dating so seriously. Like, you go on a date, just go and have fun. Like, you don't have to marry the guy. You don't have to sleep with him. You don't have to be his girlfriend. You know, you can just go and meet people and have fun and chat. And if it's just one date, then it's just one date. That's absolutely fine. You move on to the next one. Ooh. And also, we don't need guys in our life, or girls, whoever you date. We don't need those people. They should just accompany our life, you know? They shouldn't like fill a hole or whatever. Always remember that. But yeah, I went on a date last week. I've been on quite a few dates recently. I mentioned it in my podcast, Real Girls Radio. So there's a lot more information on that one. Oh my god, this is so good, I can't. What are your favorite core exercises in the gym? I used to train my abs literally every day when I was deep in my eating disorder, but now I don't train my abs. I really rarely train my abs, which is a miracle. It's a miracle for me, guys. I tell you that now. Wow, I can't believe it. I don't train my abs, and I literally look the same. Well, I don't look the same, obviously, because I'm not that underweight, but there really is not much difference in terms of like my ab strength. I don't train my abs, but my favorite ab exercise is probably hanging leg raises. I like that one. It's fun. Have you ever had a Hollywood wax? Yes. I'm actually getting them regularly done now. I used to shave. My first Hollywood wax was my first wax ever when I was about 16, 17, before I went to Zanti. It was awful, guys. It was awful. I had an allergic reaction. I had a really bad reaction to it. And it was really painful, but I was literally traumatized. So 8 years later, she has now got back into the waxing world, and I have this woman come over to my house. It's really convenient. It's called Secret Spa. We chit chat away. She's really fun. She talks to me about her sex life. I'm like, we're best friends now. She's literally down there seeing everything. So you get quite close. But yeah, Hollywood wax, it's fine, it's good. I'm getting used to it now. It's not as painful as it used to be, I can tell you that. And I don't get the reaction that I used to get. And I think it's because I now exfoliate and I oil it and do all the aftercare. But yeah, Hollywood wax, I enjoy it. Oh, someone else just asked, how'd you get rid of hair down there? Hollywood wax, baby. How do you learn to ignore guilt around food? Does it ever go away? This is a really tricky one because, again, it's something that like has been so gradual for me that I've never noticed it overnight. So the answer for that, I guess it's like it's always the same answer. It's removing those triggers, removing the triggers, like detaching the idea that food is good or bad. And by doing that, you have to remove the triggers. So a trigger for me would be seeing diet foods in my cupboards, low calorie foods, any foods that are labeled like good, low calorie, healthy, anything like that. I've removed them from my cupboards. I don't buy them anymore. Also, like removing the algorithm that you have on your phone of like healthy recipes or low calorie recipes or recipes under 400 calories or whatever. Kind of like, you know, managing all that stuff, and to ignore the guilt around food. It's practice. So at the start, oh my bloody God, it was hard. It was hard. I can tell you that now. Nothing's easy. Nothing's gonna be easy in recovery. It's not. You gotta prepare to feel really uncomfortable, and you can't expect to recover if you're finding it easy or if you want it to be easy. Like, you can't expect that. So when I was feeling guilty especially at the beginning of my recovery, I really would have to just sit in that guilt, and I would sit in that guilt and I would have to just push past it. And I think the main thing for me was I didn't compensate. I didn't give in to those other little thoughts in my head that was telling me to compensate for eating that ice cream by, you know, doing more exercise or going out for a longer walk or restricting the next day. Like, it was the compensation that I stopped. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard, but you have to want to recover enough to push past that. You have to. And I really hope that the stuff I post and who I am today has proven to you that it is so worth it. It's so worth that discomfort. Very temporary discomfort anyway, because it does get easier and it does eventually go away. But like I said, some days are easier than others, and that's that, but it's learning to manage it. And I've adopted these skills to push past that guilt, and I think it is just because I've practiced so much. So I hope that helps. Did you go to private school or comprehensive? Hold on. I bet I'm gonna get food around my mouth in this video. I went to a comprehensive school, but it was an all-girls school. So yeah, I think this surprises a lot of people. In primary school, I went to like a very Catholic primary school, went to church all the time. You know, Easter, Christmas, singing hymns, all that good stuff. What a time to be alive then. That was really fun. Then I went to an all-girls school through year 7 to year 11, so GCSEs. And then sorry, if you're American, I'm not sure the terms for like high school, and I don't know how it translates. But yeah, year 7 to year 11, and then I went to like a mixed school for sixth form, but I didn't like the mixed school for sixth form. I don't know, I think it was just so different. I wasn't used to being around teenage old guys in school, and also I just didn't like the teachers, so I went back to the all-girls school, and I think it made me work so hard. Also, the all-girls school was something else. It was obviously quite bitchy. I had lots of like good friends, but there was just you know, it's an all-girls school. Some people can be crazy. Also, the male teachers are weird. We had like this one male teacher who I think got sacked because he was like being really inappropriate. So yeah, that was weird. I don't think I'd send my kid to all-girls school though. I don't think there's no point. I don't really see the point in it. Maybe that's a controversial opinion, I don't know, but I don't really see the point in it. Where would you like to be in a year from now? Oh! Okay, this is my time to manifest, guys. I would love to be, I mean, anything can happen in a year, like so much can happen in a year. Think back to where I was last year. Wow, mad. No, that's actually mad. I want to have my own business, my own brand, my own company. I want to continue making amazing friends and memories. I want to still be living in London in a bigger flat, and I want a boyfriend. I would definitely like to have a boyfriend this time next year for sure, but we'll see. And yeah, maybe like go on retreats. Like have retreats with you guys, or just definitely do more meetups, more like definitely have my own brand. That would be released, that would be launching, that would already be like out in the public, hopefully. I'd love to be on TV more, just getting the bloody word out. Changing society. Yes. All right, I need to actually eat some of this because it's getting cold, babe. It's getting cold. Oh, interesting. I'm not underweight or anything, but I can't give up counting cows? Sad face. Oh, babes. Okay. If you ask this, I'm sending my love to you. And I know this is so common. This is so common to think. And I say that because we don't know if you're underweight or not. I didn't know that I was underweight. I was in denial for 8 years. I genuinely was in denial. Genuinely in denial for 8 years. I was underweight, which for a lot of you guys would probably think, how on earth did you not see how underweight you were? It's mad. I don't even know myself. My brain made my eyes see completely different to what everyone else is seeing. So I just want you to like remember that body dysmorphia is a real thing. Also, BMI is just shit. BMI shit. We don't like BMI. It's not a good measurement for telling yourself that you're underweight, overweight, healthy weight, whatever. You can't give up counting calories. So obviously it's telling me that you're conscious around how much you're eating and you're very much like trying to keep your body, or maybe even try and lose weight, whatever you're trying to do. You're obviously trying to like be strict with staying in your lane by counting calories. The way to stop counting calories is to widen that lane. Don't make it so narrow. Widen it so that you have leeway and you have that freedom, okay? Because whether you're underweight or not, that's a whole nother issue. Counting calories and being too scared to live life without counting calories is a huge issue as well. And that's just as big of an issue as being underweight and having an eating disorder. It's such a fine line between having an eating disorder and, you know, having this like fear around counting calories and stuff, because I guess there's a lot of overlap in it. I guess you just need to realize that our bodies are gonna inevitably change. Life goes on, we get older, it's so inevitable, we can't control that. So you just have to stop fearing that your body is gonna go crazy and drastically change if you stop counting calories, because it's not the case. We need to really learn to trust our body, because we can't be counting calories for the rest of our lives. We can't be counting calories at our wedding day. We can't be, you know, counting calories on holiday. For me, it's just not the way to live a happy life. So try and remember that, and you know, I hope that helps. Were your parents worried about you living alone / college, and did they have to come get you? Again, I talk a lot about this in my podcast, which again is yet to be released. Season 2, by the way, guys. If you haven't listened to season 1, go listen right now. Spotify, Apple Music, Real Guys Radio. But my parents didn't really communicate much with me and my eating disorder and how I looked, and you know, their concerns, because I mean, I don't blame them. Whenever they did, or whenever my mum did, she would usually do it at the start of my eating disorder, so it was when I was a lot younger. Like, she actually didn't mention anything later on in my other huge drop of weight during lockdown. It was only my best friend who literally was the only person to bring it up, apart from like some people at uni, during uni. But anyway, that's not the point. They didn't tell me really, so they didn't express their concerns of me moving to uni and living by myself or anything like that. And that's that. If you're someone that knows someone who is struggling, please just communicate and, you know, address the topic in a very calm way. I've actually made a post about how to like approach someone with an eating disorder. It's really not easy, but you know, there's a lot of anger in the person who you're approaching, so expect them to retaliate and don't take it personally, because it's a mental disorder at the end of the day. So always remember that. Yeah, my friends, my family, I scared them away from approaching me because they knew how upset I got when someone would ever talk about my weight or anything. I guess because I knew that it was the case and I didn't want to admit to it. I mean, it was just like embarrassing and everything like that. So yeah, no, my parents didn't express their concerns, but I'm sure they were worried about me. Oh my God, have you ever felt like an imposter or not felt ill enough to recover? Absolutely. That was the whole problem in itself. I did not feel like I had a problem. I didn't feel like I was ill enough. I didn't feel like I was underweight. I literally felt so innocent. And you know why? Because a lot of the stuff that I saw online, everyone else was doing. So I was like, I'm just trying to look after my body. I'm just into fitness. I'm just into working out. There's nothing wrong with that, you know, technically, because everyone else that I was following on Instagram was doing the exact same. I was like, so why am I in like the wrong? Why do I have an issue? So it was because it was so normalized. So yeah, I definitely did not feel ill enough at all. The only way, or the only reason why I gained weight and why I realized how underweight I was because my best friend approached me, and she never approaches me because she's just not someone to be serious. So when she was serious, I was like, shit, what's this? What do you struggle with the most currently? That's a really interesting one, because I think, oh God, I'm just thinking here, because obviously I still struggle with things, but I'm trying to think of one that's obvious to me. I think going out and drinking and treating the next day like it's completely normal. I think that's probably what I most struggle with. Sometimes it's so easy and fine and I literally don't even think about it. But recently, I don't know why, maybe it's because I've been going out more than I usually do. I have been going out a lot. And now that I'm living by myself, it's like I have to socialize in some way, you know? I think it's probably, yeah, more of a recent thing for me, but I always speak about it on my Instagram when I do struggle. That's probably the thing that I'm struggling with the most. Yeah, we're learning. This is so hard to eat. I literally just picked the worst meal to eat on camera. Oh, babe, okay, this is I'm gonna try to keep this short and sweet. How to stop the binge restrict cycle when I'm afraid to gain weight if I don't restrict after the binge. Does that make sense? So she's asking, I'm not sure. She's asking, how do you stop this binge restrict cycle? Because she is scared of gaining weight if she doesn't restrict after the binge. And this is the whole issue, guys. This is the whole issue. There's so much to unravel here. I'm not gonna, go into huge depths because it's just a lot. But the way to stop binging is to stop restricting in the first place. Once you stop restricting after your binge, eventually, if you keep doing that, you will stop binging. That whole cycle stops, and then you're left with eating steady throughout the day, which, is the normal population, normal way of how to eat. So then you won't experience the binges, which lead to the restrictions. Does that make sense? Basically, you are not going to gain drastic weight, gain weight overnight. You're not going to become this person that you hate in a body that you hate if you stop restricting. There's so much to life when you're out of that binge restrict cycle. And I just hope, again, that I am proof that is true. So that's a really worded answer. I'm sorry about that. Love you. I'm gonna do one more, maybe. What's in your ebook? Oh, my ebook, yeah. She is releasing an ebook. Finally, baby, finally. It's been so long. Literally started it on January the 1st. I've just been procrastinating on it, really. It's amazing. And sorry, yeah, to answer your question, the ebook basically consists of a whole 50-page guide of all the things you really need to know about weight gain and removing, diet culture from your life, basically. So it's not all about gaining weight. It's for those who want to find more freedom in their life and around food, and maybe move away from tracking, or maybe move away from trying to get 10,000 steps every day, or moving away from these rules that we have in our heads and living more freely. So this guide will basically consist of all the obstacles and struggles that I were confronted with when I was gaining weight. It has little tips in there, it has little tasks, it's got, some little things in there, little activity shit. And it's also got a 4-week workout guide for the first 100 purchases. This isn't just the first guide, guys. Millie G will be releasing more. It will be a sequel. So I'm really excited. I'm very excited. That is the end of this Q&A. I love you guys. You guys ask so many questions, and I always feel really bad when I don't get to answer them all. So yeah, don't worry, we'll be doing more. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to my channel and join the family, baby. And I'll see you in the next one. Love you.